Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today's video is the start of my overview and thoughts of the Halloween saga, because this is October and in a few weeks it is Halloween. I'm going to go over each movie, even the bad ones, except number 3. I never seen Halloween 3. Just because I'm not really interested. It's not the Myers story. There's other reviews of Halloween 3, I'm sure. I'm just going to do all the Halloween movies that involve Michael Myers. I do not have all of them on DVD. I only have 1, 2, 4 and 5, and the remake. A few weeks ago I was at Walmart and I saw a DVD with Halloween 6, H2O, and Resurrection. I really wanted to get it. It was only $5, but at that time I didn't have $5. And when I went to a different Walmart the other day, they didn't have it. So maybe if someone has it and maybe you can pick it up for me, that would be great. But anyway, we are going to start off with Halloween 1, of course, came out in 1978. Great. This is my all-time favorite horror movie. Great movie. It's mystery. It starts out, with this little kid doing something so horrible. You don't know why he did it. And of course, you kind of find out in Halloween 6, but you have to remember this was before Halloween 6. So, there wasn't going to be any reason why he did what he did. The cast is amazing. Jamie Lee Curtis, love her. She's an amazing actress. She was kind of pretty as Laurie Strode. Laurie Strode is one of my favorite horror characters. Michael Myers is one of my favorite horror villains. I think Michael Myers is everyone's favorite horror character, but Laurie is my favorite horror character. I like how it builds up from that big suspenseful scene at the beginning, then it builds up, and the car scene with the nurse Chambers, I think her name was, where she gets attacked by Michael and he drives away. That was pretty suspenseful too. Then we meet Laurie, her friends. I really like Annie and Linda. They were not, in most horror movies, people would just, you have your main girl, you have your main character, then she has friends, and they just add them in there to die. These characters, you really kind of care for them, you get to know them. Annie, you feel like she'll be one of the main characters until she actually dies. Linda too. Annie's more in the movie than Linda, but I like Annie better than Linda, but they both die. I really like that feeling where you feel like when they die, you're sad. I always get sad when they die. Dr. Loomis, great actor. Donald Pleasant. He's another one of my favorite characters. He's the doctor. He's trying to stop Michael. And he's a great actor, great choice for the role. Michael Myers is cool. I like how in this one you barely even see him. One of my favorite scenes is when Laurie is, running and she got out of the house and she's screaming and she goes to the door and you see Michael coming from a distance across the street. I love that scene. It's suspenseful. Of course, she's probably going to get inside, but when I first saw this movie, it scared me a lot, and, I didn't think she was going to get inside. I didn't know she was going to survive. Then the ending, of course, I like the scene where he's struggling Laurie, or like choking Laurie, and she takes off his mask and you can pause and see a glimpse of his face. Of course, in other movies it changes actors, so it's not the same face. But that's cool. You know, wanna, because in like the Jason movies, you see his face at least once in every Friday movie. So, but Michael, you barely see his face. I like that scene where Michael's more of a ghost than a person. And throughout the movie, in all the movies, Dr. Loomis keeps saying he is not human. And that's true. So, a great movie. And the ending was left for a sequel. And I think they were planning a sequel. I think so. So, great, amazing movie. My #1 favorite horror movie. Halloween 2 is also amazing movie. It's probably my second favorite movie just because it takes place the night of the first movie, where the first movie left off. And Laurie gets taken to the hospital, and of course Michael, he got shot out the window in the first movie, so Michael, he's not dead. And he's, of course, ends up in the hospital. There's not much to say. You just start killing all the nurses and anyone helping Laurie. A great movie. The first one's a little, it's better, much better, but this movie's a little, slower. Dr. Loomis is still trying to find Michael, and stuff like that. And I like the scene where Sheriff Brackett sees Annie. It's really sad, but I like that scene just because you get to see Annie again in the sequel. I like the whole end scene where Jamie or Laurie knows Michael's there. That's so suspenseful. I like the scene where she's out in the parking lot and she sees Dr. Loomis, Dr. Chambers, and the sheriff guy go into the hospital, and she screams. And then all of a sudden you see Michael from far away. I like the far away scenes where you can see Michael coming from a distance. Those are my favorite scenes. And also, in Halloween 2, we find out that Laurie Strode is Michael Myers' sister. Kind of goes a little Star Wars on there. We find out that she was adopted by the Strodes, and she's Myers' sister. In the first movie, she was not Michael Myers' sister. She was just a girl that Michael went after. And then, of course, in the second movie, they added it. Then, of course, there's another end scene. I also like that scene where the sheriff, they shoot Michael and they think he's dead, and of course, he's not dead, and he gets his throat slashed. And I like Michael; he's just sitting there. I like that. Then, of course, there's a whole chasing with Michael and Loomis, and Laurie shoots Michael in his eyes, and he can't see. And the only way for Laurie to get out is Dr. Loomis kills himself. I think for John Carpenter, this was going to be the end of Halloween. There were only going to be 2 Halloween movies, so I think in his mind, Dr. Loomis was going to die, because the whole building where they were, the room blew up. Michael was burning. And Dr. Loomis, there's no way he could have got out of it in time. So, kind of, when he comes back and forth, you ask him a lot of questions. How much time? I will talk about Halloween 4. Halloween 4 is about 10 years after the events of Halloween 2. We learned that Laurie Strode has died in a car accident, so we think. And she had a daughter named Jamie, and she's little, I forget, maybe like 8 something. And she misses her mom, and we never learn who father is, but fans always think it's that Jimmy guy in Halloween 2, because he did survive. And of course, Michael is being transferred to Asylum, I think, and of course he is alive and escapes and starts killing off. Well, Jamie's family she's still not used to it. It's only been a few months. I really like her sister, stepsister Rachel. I like the bond between them. Rachel was kind of moody in the beginning, but throughout the movie, she is more caring and stuff. So what I'm going to do, I will continue talking about Halloween 4, but I'm going to pause and stop this because I'm running out of time. So I'll be back. Okay, hi everyone, welcome back to, I had to pause because I ran out of time. So we are going to continue talking about Halloween 4. As I said, it's a good movie. It took time for me to get used to it. The character, I like Jamie. I like Danielle Harris as Jamie, Laurie Strode's daughter. I don't know if they named Jamie after Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't know. Michael's mask wasn't that great in it. You saw more of Michael, of course. Michael was more of a serial killer in this. He wasn't like a ghost in the first two. I like the scenes where you see Laurie's pictures. Jamie has a few of Laurie's pictures, and I like those scenes. I guess Jamie Lee Curtis didn't want anything to do with the sequels. She only came back to Halloween 2 because it was the night of it took off with the first one left, and she felt like she should. But Ty could understand 10 years, so they killed her off. This one, out of all the Halloween movies, Halloween 4 seems the shortest. There is a chase scene. There is Rachel, the sister, has a boyfriend, and there's a little drama between that from if she likes him or not. And of course, Dr. Loomis comes back, and he's older, but he's not as burnt as he should be. You know, you wonder how he survived that explosion. He should be a little bit more burnt. He has some scars on his face, on his hand, and he's still after Michael. And I like the whole scene with him at the gas station. That's a good scene. The scene I was so sad about is when the teenagers, he's looking for a ride, and the teenagers stop, and then he gets his car and they drive off and leave him in the dust. I hate that scene because it's rude. So Halloween 4 it's a good movie, better than some others. So that's pretty much it. Now, and at the end, he is shot into a ditch, and you think, okay, he's dead. And but there is a Halloween 5, and he survived, and he got taken care of by this old farmer in the woods, and now Jamie is in a clinic. She can't talk. She sees things that Michael does. They're like connected. Loomis comes back. Rachel is still there taking care of her, but in this movie, Rachel dies. She's home alone and gets scissors in her chest. So that's really sad. That's a fail on they should have just killed her, but I can understand why they killed everyone off so Jamie can be alone in the world because of the ending. Tina, Rachel's friend, turns out to be one of the main girls, at least until the end. She was okay. You get used to her after a while. I wish Rachel survived, and, well, Tina does get killed at the end. She gets a knife in her, but I wish that they kind of switched places, and Jamie sees Michael, and they're connected and stuff. At the end, Jamie is kidnapped because throughout the movie we see this man in black walking around. We don't know who that is. And we just think some person, and we find out that she gets kidnapped by him. I don't like the ending of it. It could have been so much better. The fourth one is much better. I wish Rachel survived, because I know why they kill everyone off. So Jamie I could be alone, so she won't have anyone, but she does, 'cause Dr. Loomis comes back. You know, I like the end scene where she's running from Michael in his old house. I do not like Michael's house in this movie because it's not the same house as in the first two movies. It's different. You would think it's in Haddonfield, right? It needs to be the same house. So either they moved a few times or it's just all wrong. So that's a fail there, because they should have went and used the same house for it. It's a totally different house. But I did like the scene where the chase scene, and Michael is taken to jail for like 2 seconds. He gets kidnapped, and that's the end. How much time do we... Halloween 6 is... We find out that Jamie is kidnapped, and she's a part of this cult now. She's only like 15, and she's pregnant. Horrible storyline. And then she gives birth to, and I guess it's supposed to be Michael's baby, so that's kind of sick, because if you don't know, Jamie is Michael's niece. I don't like this movie all that much. I can watch it, but I don't like it. And Jamie gets killed off. We learn that Tommy, the little boy, Laurie Strode, babysat, is still alive. He's older, and he's taking care of Jamie's baby. We learn that Laurie's family is living in the Myers house. Once again, it's a different house. I think it's a little similar to the first one than how it was in the fifth movie. And it's better. They should have killed Jamie off, because as you guys all know, Laurie isn't dead. She just faked her death because of H2O. I would have loved to see in H2O, Jamie go see Laurie and meet her, but no, they had to kill Jamie off. They had to kill Laurie's daughter off. It's like Laurie didn't even know she had a daughter, because in H2O she doesn't even mention Jamie. So that's kind of dumb on that point. And then you know, I like Kara, the main girl, Laurie's cousin. She was good. Dr. Loomis comes back. This is the last movie Dr. Loomis is in. He's tired. You can tell he's very tired, and it seems like he wants to give up. He's not doing much in this movie, because Donald Pleasant is old now, so yeah, we learned the Man in Black is a doctor, which I believe it was in the first movie, Dr. Wynn, and in this movie we learned that why Michael killed his sister, because the Man in Black told him to. Well, I don't ever count that, because the Man in Black, the first movie, will always be true. We don't know why Michael killed his sister. He just snapped. He just went crazy and did that. Because there was no Halloween 6 at that time. It's an okay movie. I always say it's a fun movie to watch. All the people get killed off. I wish they didn't kill Jamie off. I guess there are comic books, which I really do want to read, of what happens to Laurie Strode in between, I think, after Halloween 2 to 4, like what she does. So I really want to read those, because I always want to find out what, if you don't find out backstories of some characters, you want to know them, so I want to know them. Same with like the Evil Queen and Snow. I want to know her backstory. So what I'm going to do is just stop it here. I will continue with, I think the Halloween Saga will be only 2 videos. I will continue with Halloween 4, Halloween 7, and the remakes. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for the last video.